Luoyang is the lost twin of ancient Rome, a city so dense with history that locals say every shovel uncovers an ancient tomb. It is the longest ruling capital with 13 dynasties over 1,500 years. This is where ancient Romans and Chinese first met and where history broke its own rules. The only woman to ever rule China became emperor here, and we will show you the first ever Chinese Buddhist temple and travel to UNESCO legendary grottos to uncover how she used religion as a propaganda to rise to power. Luoyang is a short high-speed train ride from Xi'an, and buried underneath it there are hundreds of thousands of tombs. Fun fact, the Luoyang spade, a tool that became a standard for archaeologists, was actually invented here by a local tomb raider. Now let's go have a look at how Luoyang's like inside its city walls. So we just passed the ancient walls of Luoyang, more on why the quotation marks later, but we're now in one of its old districts, and it's a bustling markets, lots of street food, lots of things going on. A peculiarity of this place is they do a lot of things with these peony flowers. So Luoyang is famous for having these big beautiful peony flowers. They even make food with it. They make some nougat and some other foods, even cigarettes. There are people rolling cigarettes with tobacco mixed with this flour that you can buy here on the street. I think this ancient district is a perfect place to give a little bit of an overview of the history of Luoyang. So the first settlement here from the Duke of Zhou during the Zhou Kingdom was established in 1000 BC, so over 3,000 years old. And the Duke of Zhou even moved the 9 tripod cauldrons here. The 9 cauldrons were artifacts that basically holding them gave a king of an emperor the mandate from heaven to rule over the kingdom. So they were moved here, and then 300 years later, in 700 BC, this became the capital of the Zhou Kingdom. After the kingdom of Zhou, we had the Han Dynasty, and that's when, in 166 AD, the first Romans came directly to meet the Chinese civilization. There was a delegation sent by Marcus Aurelius who brought a lot of gifts. He brought rhinoceros horns, he brought ivory, he brought other precious things that probably they found on the way here in South Asia, and met the Chinese for the first time. Now, the Romans and Chinese were actually in touch for a long time, but indirectly. We know there are Roman coins, for example, in archaeological sites here in China. We know there's Chinese artifacts in Roman sites, but they never ever met directly because the traders in the middle of the Silk Road in Central Asia and West Asia didn't want them to, because they wanted to keep being a middleman and making profit of the trade. And we just saw a guy who's making one of those ancient signs, the plaques in wood, and then get painted and decorated accordingly. Now, why did I say ancient? Because a lot of the monuments in the city that look old are actually rebuilt recently, some as recent as 2016. One of the main landmarks in the city is certainly the museum, where you can still see the tomb of one of the kings. So let's go there.
So here what we're looking at is a 2,700 years old tomb. Who's the owner of the tomb? We don't know. We just know it's from the Dongzhou dynasties, from one of the kings. The Dongzhou dynasty had their capital in Luoyang. So the whole dynasty lasted for 500 years. There were 25 kings, and this belongs to one of the kings. How do we know? Because how many horses? So back in the days, if 6 horses were pulling the chariot, meaning this person has to be the heaven's son, meaning like the king. In Luoyang City, there's so many tombs that the government decided to literally dug up 25 of them and move them into a museum. They created a sort of neighborhood for the dead. It's very fascinating to see how burial traditions change across different dynasties and how people developed interesting security systems. Since Luoyang was plagued by tomb raiders for centuries, people would place statues at the entrance of the tombs, hoping to scare away the thieves. But dark, underground tombs don't do well on social media. So to bring tourists, the city decided to become more selfie-friendly. And maybe they took it a little bit too far.
So this is crazy, really. What this ancient town really is just a backdrop for people dressing up and taking social media photos and videos. Like, it's just that. It's just people rent their costumes, hire photographers. It's full of that. There's only Hanfu. We talked about Hanfu in our previous video about Xi'an. Is this culture, there is now this revival of traditional dresses.
This feels like a theme park.
It feels, yeah, it's like Disneyland, Chinaland.
Yeah, Chinaland
theme park. It's like,
the lanterns
it's like,
and
look
stuff.
at this bridge. you can't even squeeze past because it's just photographers and girls like taking photos, and oh, it's crazy. Then you have a place like the real ancient Drum Tower, which is hundreds of years old, 300
years. Yeah.
from the Ming Dynasty. No one cares. Like, it's not even lit up. They're not even wasting electricity on, you know, lighting up the thing. People just walk past it on the way to the selfie heaven. This is like, whatever. It's crazy to me.
And of course, in a city like this, even the local food is ancient.
We're looking for that food made with 1,000-year recipe. Either you order 7 RMB for 8, or you order by half kilo, so 35 for half kilo.
Ooh.
How do you want it?
You down to share half kilo?
Yeah, I think if the extra, you know, like we can take it home.
Let's do it. Go.
The wrapper is not as thin as I thought, but it has a little bit of bite. The bottom is very chewy, and the top just fall off immediately. Try yourself and tell me. These look longer than I imagined. Like, I thought they're like gyoza size, but these are double the gyoza. Yeah.
What is this?
This is a local stew with fried meat, and they stew it in a soup. They would also fry some veggie balls and put it in the stew. It doesn't taste like fried meat anymore because it's been soaked in soup. It's gonna be a weird texture for you because it's kind of soggy. And it's made that way. In Dongbei, when I was young, my grandpa also made like fried veggie balls and cook them in soup. This kind of reminds me of that.
Oh, look at that. That's like 15 centimeters of dumpling. And it's called stick to the pot because of this. And I love when things stick to the pot like this. I can't wait to try.
You can't even dip it.
Yeah, you can't even fit it in the deep pot. Oh, no, it's very good. I really like the chili oil. I really like the filling. Let's try this too. It smells like hot pot.
Yeah, it's white pepper with a little bit of vinegar in the soup. Like my grandpa's recipe.
It's good, but yeah, it's a bit disappointing because you expect some crispy fried meat, and then
Obviously, no.
it's soft and soggy. So there's a bit of like mismatch between what your eyes see and expect and what you have, but it's good. So as usual, as you can see, we are in a very residential area, and people of Luoyang, locals, eat something that you won't find, not even in the city center around here, which is a very special soup. They also give you this. I love this kind of flatbread. I've never seen it before in China. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You see they put some veggies, spices.
美女，你们都要辣椒不要？要的。
The delicious chili oil. Now this is around 3 euros for the both of us, and we can refill as much as we want.
Yes.
It's crazy. So this soup is actually made with nuts. It has hazelnuts, almond, and walnut, which is not very common to find here. And then they add tofu. You can add these pickles, those meatballs that are delicious.
Quail eggs.
And the quail egg, yes, this brown quail egg. It's brown because it's been marinated, I guess, in tea.
Yeah.
Whoa, this soup is so good. This is the second time actually we come here. The first time we had it, so it was like sort of like, oh, let's see what's around the neighborhood. And we realized how good it is. It's like we have to come and film this.
Yeah. Soup is like a big thing here. I don't know why, but it's definitely good for winter.
This food was delicious, but the next landmark truly nourished our soul.
China's oldest Buddhist temple. It's called the White Horse Temple. Why is it called White Horse?
Because the white horse were like putting effort and carrying all the sutras and stuff to come back, so like they were rewarded. And also, horse is a very spiritual animal here, and people actually mention it together with dragons. So like you see, you know, how spiritual they are.
There are many legends around the existence of this temple. It's the first. So apparently the emperor dreamt about this holy person being Buddha coming from the West, and that his religion had to spread here in China. So he set out on a journey to the West with some other people, a little army, and started asking around for this Western religion that was spreading at the time. And he finally found 2 Buddhist monks, and these 2 Buddhist monks went also back on these 2 horses that they were carrying all the sutras and the scriptures. And then they settled here and they started translating those scriptures. And that's the very start of Buddhism in China is from this very place.
Yeah, it's funny you say West because it's East to the Europeans.
Yeah,
but
for us, Buddhism is an Eastern religion, but for Chinese people, historically, is the Western. Now, before we go into the actual temple, here there's also the oldest building.
It's the oldest monument on the surface, Luoyang, which is over 1,000 years old. So we're gonna pay some respects to that first, and then we're gonna move back and visit the temple.
Yeah, let's go see the oldest thing standing in Luoyang, unlike the town center, which was built 8 years ago.
Exactly.
It's also how to get there. You have to go through all these beautiful gardens with little creeks and bridges. And it's a little bit windy, so you're immersed in the green. You see some trees falling, and you can hear in the distance the bells of the pagoda, because pagodas usually have every floor, every corner, there are bells. You hear them?
I hear, amazing.
And with the wind, you hear the bells in distance. So you're in this park, sort of navigating your way through the pagoda, and you just have to follow the sound to go find it. The closer you get, the more you hear the bells. It's just a very beautiful atmosphere around here. And you're supposed to go around the pagoda following these markings on the floor in a certain direction. It's a way to, that's how you're supposed to look at it. You always go clockwise, not counterclockwise. And I really love the sound of the bells. And I don't know if you can hear, on this side there are the monks practicing and chanting and singing. So it's just like the whole sound experience here is really nice.
I love it here.
It's nice. Now you can hear the monks and the bells. Surprisingly, they go very well together.
Yeah, and also as soon as we stepped inside, it becomes so green.
Yes, the gardens around the pagoda. It's January now, so it's pretty gray and there's no leaves on the tree. But the gardens immediately surrounding the pagodas, it's all green trees. And it smells good. I don't know what flower it is that makes it smell so good. It's just like stepping in another season.
Feels
the
like
trees
spring.
around it. Yeah, it suddenly feels like it's spring in January, where you walk 20, 30 meters that direction. It's winter again. So what's the story of this pagoda? I just know it was initially looking like a traditional Buddhist stupa.
It is the Shakyamuni pagoda. Was built in the Eastern Han period, and then there was like wars and natural disasters, and then it was rebuilt in the Jin dynasty, which was the first dynasty that Jurchen people ruled. The Jin dynasty is over 1,000 years old.
Wow.
So that's why this pagoda is the oldest building standing in Luoyang.
The temple, it's big, it's beautiful, it's very peaceful, even if there are many people. What really sets this temple apart, there's another hall with the statues of the 18 arhats, which were done using a technique or technology that it's lost nowadays.
Yeah, these are from the technique are from Yuan dynasty, and yes, it's almost lost. These are the only artifacts you can find in China still made with these techniques. Only one person alive still knows how this is made, and it has like 48 steps of making statues.
In the White Horse Temple, you'll also find an international zone with temples built by India, Thailand and Myanmar, showcasing different architectural style and a reminder that Buddhism unites these people even if they're in different countries. But for some of the most mind-blowing Buddhist art in the whole planet, we have to travel a little bit out of town.
On a very cold winter day, this place is already packed with people, as you can see. We're at the Longmen Grottoes, the most important grottos in China. There are 4 biggest grottos, but this one is the most important because not only it's the biggest in size, it's across mountains, like on the one side and also including on the other side. It also has the most statues, 150,000. This started in the 500s, and until 100 years ago, basically at the end of the Qing dynasty, they're still working on it. So that means like a work across 1,400 years, and it has statues from different dynasties. These 3 caves are the first caves in the grotto area. They were built in Beiwei dynasty, which basically 1,500 years ago. And the middle cave took 800,000 people 24 years to barely finish it. And because Beiwei period was a very chaotic period, a lot of fighting, so they couldn't even finish the other 2 caves and take them extremely long time until the early Tang dynasties, they finally finished it. A lot of artifacts were stolen during the Second World War. If you see like a statue missing a head or maybe a small statue that's completely missing from the grot, meaning that was stolen during that time. And some of the artifacts now are circulating in the US and Europe. Before, like years ago, you can still go inside of the cave, but now like they have the bars to stop people from going in.
This site is huge. It takes about 4 hours just to complete the short loop. And you basically have the statues next to you. Even here on the passageway, you will literally reach and touch them. That's actually a problem because of all the statues, the ones that are entirely preserved, they're almost none, or pretty much none. All the statues have some sort of damage, and it's limestone, so it's very tough, and that damage is all man-made. The most common being the face of the Buddhas or the heads of the Buddhas are gone because people just snatch the head or snatch the face and try to sell it, resell them, or keep it for themselves. So over millennia, this place has constantly been looted, but the bigger ones are pretty okay, well preserved, and they're beautiful. It's insane the scale of the whole place.
This cave was built in Tang dynasties. It is very special because in Tang dynasties, female has a really high social status. There was like females serving in the government as government officials. And this cave is actually built by the female government officials at that time. That's why you see like the Buddha's face has like a female resemblance. This is the 1,000 Buddha cave. It has 15,000 Buddha statues, like mainly the small ones on the 2 sides of the wall. The small statues are from like 3 centimeter long to 5 centimeter long, on average 4 centimeter, basically are tiny. And now we couldn't go in anymore. Back in the days, you can still go in, and some of the small statues, you can see like a full face, and they have different expressions. It's really amazing. And on top, there is this lotus on the top of the roof. It's very common. You see many caves have this. It has some writings on top. And one of the writings confirmed this was built by female officials because it says 大间. So back in the days, 大间 basically means the female officials. So this is called prescription cave because inside the cave, on the side of the walls, there are 140 medicine recipe prescriptions, like from the traditional Chinese medicine from Tang Dynasty. And it is said some of the recipes are still used in the traditional medicine nowadays.
Well, this is insane.
This is absolutely amazing.
Majestic.
The main Buddha statue. So first of all, this is the biggest cave. Biggest Buddha statue here is 17-something meter tall. Only the head is 4 meters and the ears are 2 meters. So basically the
It's taller
ears
than
are
me.
bigger than you. Yeah. And it shouldn't be proportional, but like when you stand down and looking up, because of the perspective, it becomes the golden ratio. It looks so beautiful, and it is said wherever you go, the eyes would always following you.
And it has female features.
The image of the first and only female empress in history when she was 68. She became emperor when she was 66. This is one of the only grottos that has so many Buddhas with female features. This is totally amazing. For a female to become an emperor, people wouldn't accept, and they don't have the mandate of heaven. So she used the Buddhism, and she used propaganda to achieve that. Basically, she was portraying herself as the reincarnation of the Maitreya Buddha. Some monks helped her to build a story that the reincarnation of this Buddha would come
and become the emperor in a female form and basically make the country great again. When all the stories and pieces fall in together, and she became the empress, and nobody really had a different voice to go against her. It only becomes so natural and people were supporting her.
Another trick she used to have propaganda was swapping the orders of the Buddha. So whenever you are in a Buddha hall of a temple or in a cave and there are 3 Buddhas, there's usually Buddha Shakyamuni in the middle, which is the Buddha of the present, then Buddha Dipankara, Buddha of the past, on the right, and Buddha Maitreya, Buddha of the future, on the left. She swapped Buddha Maitreya and put it in the middle. This was a sort of like build up as like the Buddha of the future, the one that's coming. It's the most important, and she's gonna be a female. So she really laid the foundation. And there is another similarity I find with the sort of Roman Empire and Luoyang and Rome, because the way they realized they could use religion to sort of have a wider control and stronger control over the masses. Well, Luoyang was really fun, and as usual, a lot of work and research went into the video to give you something a bit more in depth and not your usual shallow vlog.
And we thank all your lovely comments appreciating our content, and that really meant a lot to us.
Yes, you guys are amazing. We did our 2026 planning for the year, and we realized that YouTube revenue alone just doesn't cut it. It's not enough to make all this work sustainable, so we need your help.
Yes, and we want to keep doing things right. So if you've gotten values from our video, we would love for you to partner with us, either on Patreon or YouTube membership.
It's just 1 coffee a month. It's super easy to join. Of course, you will get some extra perks and your name in the credits of all the video, so you can scan the QR code here or follow the link in our description to join our YouTube members or Patreons and be part of our journey with us. And in the next couple of days,
we're heading to the very north of China, the coldest village in China, to show you how life is like in minus 40 or minus 50 degrees Celsius.
It's gonna be so freezing, but it's also gonna be really interesting. And we're going to the Inner Mongolian Russian borders as well.
Yeah, something's really interesting is happening
Yeah,
there.
that's some stuff that you've never seen anywhere else. So if you're also not a subscriber, this is a great time to join so you don't miss the next video coming. Thanks again for all your love and support in 2025, and I hope 2026 will be amazing for all of you. Bye!